Hi, this is Ajay Anand and welcome to science classes from excelup.com. In this video, you will learn the solutions of NCERT exercise question from the chapter Reproduction in Organisms, and this chapter has been taken from Science of class 10. So let us begin with the question number 1. Question number 1 is: asexual reproduction takes place through budding in which of these organisms? The options are amoeba, yeast, plasmodium and leishmania. The answer is yeast. Amoeba reproduces by binary fission, then plasmodium and leishmania, they reproduce by multiple fission. Question 2: which of the following is not a part of the female reproductive system in human beings? The options are ovary, uterus, vas deferens and fallopian tubes. The answer is C, vas deferens, which is part of the male reproductive system. Question 3: the anther contains which of these followings? The options are sepals, ovules, carpel and pollen grains, and the answer is pollen grains. So these are simple questions. Now question number 4: what are the advantages of sexual reproduction over asexual reproduction? What happens in case of sexual reproduction? Two individuals are involved in the process. So one is a male parent and another is a female parent. So whatever gene pool is coming in the offspring, it comes because of contribution of two individuals, and because of the contribution of two individuals, there are better chances of variations through sexual reproduction, which is not possible in case of asexual reproduction. And because of variations, there are more chances of evolution taking place. So sexual reproduction contributes towards evolution in much greater way compared to asexual reproduction. In case of asexual reproduction, it is almost negligible. Question 5: what are the functions performed by testes in human beings? The answer is there are two functions. Number 1 is production of sperms, and number 2 is production of testosterone, that is the male hormone. Question 6: why does menstruation occur? What happens in each ovulation cycle? One egg gets transferred from either of the ovary to the fallopian tubes. Okay, and after that the uterus develops an extra layer, so the wall of the uterus becomes thick in anticipation of pregnancy, so that if pregnancy occurs, then uterus can take the role of providing proper environment for gestation of the fetus. Okay, now if fertilization does not occur, then this extra layer and the egg, they become useless. So at the end of the menstrual cycle, the egg and the extra layer which are developed in the uterine wall, they are shed in small fragments through the vagina, and this process is called menstruation. So this comes out in the form of bleeding, and that is what is called menstruation. The whole cycle is called menstrual cycle. Question 7: draw a labeled diagram of longitudinal section of a flower. So for many of you, those who are not having the artistic ability, drawing diagrams, especially in biology, can be quite difficult. So I have tried to make it break it into simple steps so that you may find it more simple to draw this diagram. So first of all, you can draw the thalamus. After that, put the gynosium on top of thalamus. Then you can draw the sepals, followed by the stamen as shown here with the yellow color, and then at the end you can draw the petals. Okay, so these are sepals, these are petals, these are stamens, and this is pistil. So you can recall that there are 4 whorls in a flower. The outermost whorl is composed of sepals and the whorl is called calyx. Individual unit is sepal and the group is called calyx. Okay, next whorl is composed of the petals and the group is called corolla. Then comes the group of stamens, which is called androcium, and the ovary is there, which is called gynosium. Okay. Question 8. What are the different methods of contraception? So there is a list. Condoms and diaphragms, they are known as the barrier method. Then copper T. Copper T is inserted inside the uterus and it's in the shape of T. The copper and the T shape, they help in preventing the sperms from going up to the eggs. Then hormonal pills, they disturb the ovulation cycle. That is how they provide contraception. Then these are the A, B and C, they are the temporary methods of contraception. Then comes the permanent methods of contraception. They are called vasectomy and tubectomy. These are surgical methods. So vasectomy is done in males, in which vas deferens is either cut or tied to make a knot, and tubectomy is done in females, where fallopian tubes, they are tied or cut off so that ovulation, egg transfer does not take place. How to remember whether the vasectomy takes place in male or female? So you can recall that vas deferens is the part of male reproductive system. So from vas deferens has come the term vasectomy. So this will help you in memorizing the term. Then tubectomy, it has come from fallopian tubes. So that is in female reproductive system. So you can remember that tubectomy is done in females and vasectomy is done in males. Question 9. How are the modes of reproduction different in unicellular and multicellular organisms? Unicellular organisms, they are simple, so and they don't have too much of design. They're just a single cell, so they generally reproduce by a mechanism which is more or less similar to cell division. So some of them they reproduce by binary fission, some of them by multiple fission, and some by budding. Multicellular organisms, which are simple in design, they also reproduce by asexual reproduction, either by budding or by fragmentation. In complex organisms, sexual reproduction is the preferred mode of reproduction, but green plants are exception, because green plants they reproduce sexually, but they can also reproduce asexually by following the methods of vegetative propagation. Question 10. How does reproduction help in providing stability to population of species? So what happens, populations of organisms, they fill well defined niches. Let us try to understand what is the meaning of this niche. So you can take the example of camels. Camels, they are adapted to survive in hot and harsh climate, dry climates. Okay, so their DNA, it has certain codes or messages which help them to survive in the harsh climate. Now, in order to continue surviving in the harsh climate, these camels, they need consistency in DNA replication. So until and unless there is consistency in DNA replication, the organism is not going to survive in its niche. Okay. Now this consistency is ensured by reproduction, and that is why generation after generation the population of particular species, it continues to survive and thrive in a particular ecosystem, that is its niche. Okay, and that is how reproduction, it helps in providing stability to populations. Question number 11: what could be the reasons for adopting contraceptive methods? So there are many reasons. That probably the topmost reason is to prevent unwanted pregnancy, then to plan for suitable gap between two children, and to ensure that the family size, it remains small. Contraceptive methods, they also especially the barrier methods, they help in preventing STDs, that is sexually transmitted diseases. So that's all for this lesson. Thank you.